you guys. What drew you to Arkansas? Why are you here? And then I'll have a follow-up in a second. Could you start, Markell?
Oh yeah, I can start. I feel like it was a great opportunity for me to play in the SEC, play back home, and obviously had the opportunity to play for Coach Odom again, and just being back home, close to the family and stuff like that. I feel like it was a great opportunity for success.
I feel like it was a great opportunity just to play in the SEC. You know, the best talent to go to the next level comes out of the SEC, so I figured why not go against them. It was also an opportunity for me to get looked at, you know, going against at a higher level, and then also being able to play more than one position, so I can be more versatile when I get to the next level. Hopefully they can see me and set up just a nose guard, more as a nose tackle, and also I can play on special teams as well.
Markell, you probably a little more familiar with Arkansas, being from Little Rock and everything. But did either of you guys take visits, or did you come sight unseen? I mean, for you, it's probably a little more unknown.
For me, nah, I didn't take no visit when I hit the portal. I mean, I've been here when I was younger, of course, you know, but it was just like with COVID going on and stuff like that. It was just in the timing that I hit the transfer portal. It was kind of just going off faith. I mean, I knew what was here. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't have to see it. You know, I had faith in it. So
for me, we had the dead period, so we couldn't go on official visits or anything like that. So I kind of just had my top 3 teams I was looking at, and I figured Arkansas was only an 8-hour drive, so why not take it? So I took the drive, and I loved the atmosphere, and I looked around campus, and I took my girlfriend, my dog, and let him see everything, and parents loved it. I loved it, so I was like, why not? I'm going to go to Arkansas.
First day we came out here, you guys were working third team mostly and stuff, kind of working your way up. And lately we've seen you sometimes in the first group, sometimes in the second group. Like, where do you guys see your role right now? How are things shaping up for you?
right now, I see myself, you know, doing whatever I need to do to help the team. You know, I'm a big team guy. I put the team first, you know. So whatever the coaches need me to do, you know what I'm saying, I sacrifice that, and whatever they put me, I just give them all 100% effort, you know, whatever to help the team. So whether it's with the ones, with the threes, on special teams, or whatever it may be, just give them all.
Basically what he said. I mean, I trust the coaches. I know they're going to put me in the best position to succeed. So that means running with the 2s, 1s, 3s, whatever it is. I know I'm going to get better wherever they put me. And also I learn off of a lot of the guys here. I mean, they know the defense better than me. So they've been around it. So being able to learn off of them and sit back and watch them do the plays and see how I can critique myself to do the same movements they're doing that'll benefit me in the same position. So it's helped me a lot being able to rotate in with the 1s, 2s, and 3s and learn from a lot of the upperclassmen.
Guys, we've got a lot of your position mates in this room, and asked them about the 3, you know, transfers. And I'd like to see from y'all's point of view how y'all were accepted by the group. John, if you could start.
We were accepted pretty well. I mean, we all met up one day and went to the indoor and did some drills, and we got to know each other and meet each other. And at first, you know, we didn't know anybody's names and everything, so it started a little rough. And then we started to get to know each other, hung out, and started to mesh really well. And we started to actually like hang out more and chill, and we're starting to get to know each other a lot more in our background, so it's helping us a lot more. And I think we're a real tight-knit group.
Yeah, kind of just to piggyback off what John said. When we first got here, we really wasn't familiar. Of course, I knew who Trey was, you know, from playing with him at my previous school, and you know, but the other guys I didn't know him from a can of paint. But just having some time to get to know them, get to work with them, you know what I'm saying, like that, stuff like that. Just trying to get as close as possible, you know, because I really believe that the closer we are as a unit, the better we are on the field. So I feel like that brotherhood aspect is huge.
You said Arkansas was in your top 3. Do you mind saying who the other 2 schools you were considering?
Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers.
And also, like, you don't really see a lot of guys make the jump like you did, FCS to the SEC. What was recruiting like for you coming out of high school? How did you end up at Illinois State? And how different was it whenever you got the opportunity to be recruited by all these big time programs?
Coming out of high school, you know, I just slacked. I didn't really pay attention in class, so I kind of took away my chances to get recruited. and ISU took a leap of faith with me, and I ended up making my eligibility to go play college football, and went there, played there pretty well. And then when I did get in the portal, it kind of just felt like I was a 5-star recruit. I just had my phone blown up every second of the day. Coaches calling me like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I was like, wow. I mean, it's definitely nice. It's fun to experience it and everything. I wish I could experience it at a younger age, but I liked it a lot, honestly. It was fun for sure.
This for both you guys. Wondering, you say you got get to know the other guys better. Wonder what your take is on Eric Gregory. What do you think of him as a player and just as a person? What would you guys say? Each of you say about him?
Me personally, I think he got a lot of room to grow. I think he's gonna be a real good player. Just watching him play every day, him want to learn, want to get better. I feel like that's one of the biggest things with him. He want to be better, and he put in the work. So it's nothing but the best to come for him. I feel like he played hard. He focused on technique and things like that. So I feel like the sky's the limit for him.
I think he's gonna be really good. I didn't know he was a sophomore. I was like, dude, you big. Dang. I was talking to him because my locker's right next to him. He's quiet. He doesn't really come out at wanting to talk to you right away. And I've been able to open him up a little bit and talk to him more and more each day. And he's a real good kid. He definitely has some stuff he can work on, but he's definitely gonna be a first-round draft pick. He keeps excelling the way he is in practice and every day.
Is there something about his game that impresses you? Something he does in particular?
He's strong and he's fast and he can be twitchy when he wants to.
Yeah, I like the way he uses his hands. That's kind of something that stands out for me.
Yeah.
And him being able to play almost every position on the D-line, that's gonna help him a lot.
John, I was reading your bio about you were a pretty good wrestler. Does that come in handy on football, or are you able to use any of your wrestling moves on the old lineman, or does that translate at all?
I kind of got in trouble a couple of times for doing it, but I can definitely feel different pressures on my body from wrestling. I can feel them pushing into me, helping me like rotate my shoulders or my hands to press back into them. So definitely wrestling helps out a lot, and having that background definitely helps too.
I got a question about Markell. What do you think of his game from what you've seen?
He's really good. I mean, I learn a lot from him every day. I remember one time he was doing a little stutter step, and I watched it. The next day I used it. I was like, yeah, you see that? Yeah, I watched it. I did that. Yeah, I did it better though. But no.
Big guy, Markell, what do you think?
I think he's a great player. I think he got a lot of size, a lot of strength, and just I feel like if he keep working, the sky's the limit for him also. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can work on his technique, but it's getting there. I feel like every day he's improving, and it's just one day at a time. So when it's time to roll, we all gonna be rolling. So.
John, Arkansas hasn't had a 6'5". You're listed at 350. Is that right? You're less than 320.
Yeah.
My apologies. They haven't had a dude that big in a while. Just what do you feel like you can contribute?
Definitely plugging up some gaps. John Marshall, he was a good D tackle. I watched him a lot just from coming here and seeing the way he played, and I felt like I did the same thing in the FCS. So I figured my game can transition here just like his did, and just keeping Grant Morgan and all them free. I mean, I guess that's the only thing I got to do and make a couple plays every now and then.
Markell, what was it like whenever you got in the portal? Like, how many schools contacted you, and like, did you ever like strongly consider other schools before picking Arkansas, or was it always Arkansas because of Coach Odom?
When I hit the portal, yeah, I definitely had a couple of schools looking at me, a couple of different conferences, and then after a while, I just thought about kind of weighing my options, and just the biggest thing was just coming back home for my last year and being able to play with Coach Odom. I feel like that was going to be a great opportunity, so kind of said, why not? I feel like it was the best opportunity presented to me, so I took it.
And then John, also, I know you haven't played a game yet, but have you noticed, like, what's the biggest difference, making that jump from the FCS to the SEC?
The speed of the game, for sure. I mean, the offensive linemen are a lot bigger, and they're a lot more agile, a little faster. My technique was lacking in my old school, and I was able to get by it. And here, I definitely have to battle every snap, and I gotta earn it. It's not going to be given to me at my last level I played at. So it definitely helped me get better every day. I'm still learning, And I just can't wait to get better every day when I step on the field, you know?
We can start with you. This is for both of you. LSU coming out today and saying that anyone who attends a Tigers game this year has got to either have proof of vaccination or a negative test 72 hours before the game. How do you guys react to that news?
I mean, hopefully everyone's vaccinated and they can go attend the game. I mean, if they're not, that sucks, I guess, and get to watch on their TV. But I know there's a lot of bias going around about people getting vaccinated and everything else, but that's their opinion.
That's news to me. You was the first person to tell me that. But I'm just like what John said, just the virus itself, COVID itself, it is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, we got to play football. So that's how I feel about it.
Markell, what can you tell us about Trey? And were you guys going to wind up at the same school, or how did that turn out?
Actually, I didn't even know that Trey was really considering Arkansas until I actually talked to him after hitting the portal after a minute. And I'm just blessed to have him here. You know, he was my roommate freshman year at Mizzou, and I've been playing with him ever since, and we real tight, you know. So he kind of make he make it easy for me, you know, just adjusting to the whole program, you know, just having somebody there for me as close as we was, you know, that's a big deal for me. So
What about his game?
I think he's a great player. He real fast. He's strong. He got great size, and just I feel like coming out that edge, he a monster, you know. So I feel like it's gonna be hard to stop him this year.
Markell, I think this can be your 6th year, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're 5-0 against Arkansas. Has anybody brought that up? And I know the Mizzou game's obviously a long ways away. It's the end of the year, but what are your thoughts about, you know, playing a school that you spent so much time at, and obviously had a good career there?
It's definitely been a thought, you know, but I just feel like I approach every game the same, you know, just prepare myself to dominate every game, you know, make sure I'm healthy, you know, just play hard, just give them all and leave it all on the field. And I feel like just taking that same approach to the Mizzou game, you know, there's nothing going to change. So I just want to go out there, ball, have fun, and obviously get a dub, you know, but that's kind of obvious, you know, so, but nothing else than any other game. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Markell, so Trey had gone to Houston briefly, I guess, it transferred there. Is that why you guys, I guess, didn't know? And like, you'd mentioned that you didn't know, but how did you find out? Were you just talking and like, well, I'm going to Arkansas.
Well, yeah, after I hit the portal, I kind of talked to him, and that's actually how I found out. I had heard he hit the portal, but I didn't know how true it was, so I kind of called him because I figured that if he did, that we was going to do kind of the same thing, you know. And he told me he was considering, and you know, we kind of went from there, just talked about it, and kind of made a decision.
So y'all kind of made a decision together on Arkansas?
Yeah, pretty much, kind of. Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts on Trey? What do you notice from him?
He's definitely really fast. I mean, explosive. He comes out of his stance like a madman. I already know he's going to be giving tackles, run for their money this year. And I mean, I learned a lot from him during the summer. I used to meet with him in the indoor and just working on pass rush. And I was like, dang, dude. Just seeing him, seeing how the way he can bend and move and how twitchy he is and how he can run up the field, get the tackles, feet to stop, and then turn around and make him do a little silly dance or fall down. And it's crazy. But definitely learning from him, and I can take some stuff and transfer it over in the interiors definitely helped me out a lot. He's going to be a real good player. He already is a good player, but he's going to be a really, really good player this year.
Yeah, I've never been to Illinois State. I don't mean to knock it. I'm sure the facilities there aren't like what they are here, just from a financial standpoint, how good they be. Well, how would the facilities compare when you came here and saw how nice everything is? Kind of what was your thought process? Not to knock Illinois State, but obviously, you know, it's pretty nice here comparatively.
Well, I found out it was like 76 people can fit in the stadium. That's like the size of my town. So I was like, dang, that's a lot. So I can basically invite the whole town of Bloomington here if they wanted to. And then seeing all the indoor, I wasn't used to. I mean, we played in the spring, so I was used to playing in the blizzard. So being able to play in the indoor is nice. And also seeing all the cold tubs and the big weight room and seeing how we don't have to share it with another team is also nice too. We can just get in, get a good workout in by ourselves and mesh and grind. And was definitely nice. I was a little starstruck about it. I was like, dang, you guys got this in college? But Illinois State definitely lacked a couple things, but Arkansas was definitely nice.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, we played in the spring. What's it like going from playing the spring to the fall? I know you're young, big and strong and all that, but is there any adjustment that takes to go, instead of going from fall to fall, you're going from spring to fall from a season standpoint?
My body definitely had to adjust a little bit just because playing in the spring and playing in the cold winter and not having all the resources we have here and being able to take care of my body definitely sucked a little bit. But I mean, I'm here to play. I don't really care about what my body thinks. It's, mind over matter. So if I got to ball sit down on the 50-yard line, I got to show up.
John, I know you technically got, I think, 2 years of eligibility left. Are you attacking this as your last year, or have you thought about that at all? Or
Pittman's definitely messing with me about it. He's always coming up and telling me 2. I was like, there's only one head coach. There's only one nose guard in the field. And he's like, we got 2 eyes, 2 feet. All right. But yeah, I've definitely looked at it. I thought about it, talked to my family about it, but I just want to take it one game at a time. I don't want to look too far in the future, I mean, I graduated from Illinois State, but if I have to, I only have technically 2 years of play, but I really want to shoot for 1. But if I need that extra year, I'll take it. But if not, hopefully I can get on to the next level.
Thanks, Alex.